Welcome to Capturing the Intangibles, the variety show podcast on technology, innovation, and culture with no real agenda. Just engaging conversation and arguments between colleagues and friends over whose unrefined philosophy is clearly flawed. So, grab a cocktail and join us as we test the limits of casual discovery. I think one of the mantras that we like to take in our team is, how do we create, not build? And that's sort of how we're trying to get down that path. So, let's build on that from a company's perspective. So what type of companies, in our experience, have done something like this? Because there are examples out there. So what are the type of companies, or what are the qualities of those companies that are using or doing these sort of innovative projects today?
Yeah, I'll let Mike later. Also, I think he has a lot of ideas as well. But I think
Too many.
the company that are taking using this, our company are open to change. They have the right skill set to do it, right? So that's very important. You have the right people to execute that, and they have a clear vision where they want to go. The giant leaps that you were talking about why is it that the established car manufacturers didn't build an electric car? It had to be a different company to come out and build an electric car, right? And why is it BlackBerry didn't build a touch iPhone? It had to be another company doing that, right? And you can go on and on in these examples. And so instead of being that you were gonna have someone else doing it, why can't you do it yourself? And you can do it yourself if you embrace the change, you use the technology, and you have the people to do that. Because most of the time, maybe the people that you have aren't the right people to execute this innovation, because they're just stuck in the past. And so you just have to evolve also your team to embrace this future. Otherwise, there's going to be another Tesla doing the work and not you, right? So that's what I'm seeing, really a big issue of the companies. And I think if they solve these three problems that I was talking about, I think they can really bring innovation.
Yeah, so it's actually kind of interesting, the examples that you bring up, Massimo, because it's almost like, so BlackBerry for years was the pinnacle of innovation for connected communication. Keyboard on your mobile device, and that was the most effective way.
Mike, I loved my BlackBerry. It was
right.
So good. It was really a fantastic device.
And to a certain degree, when BlackBerry came into the market, or RIM, right? It was RIM back then. They introduced this brand new crazy concept that Nokia wasn't doing, right? You still had the 0 to 9, TTYL touching and to text. But what was interesting was that they entered the market, completely blew it away, what it meant to be like mobily connected and on the go and communicating with colleagues and other people that you care about. And they created this brand new space that just didn't exist. And so all of a sudden in that space, then you see that the market starts innovating within the boundaries of that new market area. But at a certain point, you kind of reach peak saturation of the amount of innovation that you can drive in there. And then all of a sudden, Apple comes in with an iPhone, which brand new, right? It's yet another new space that the industry has stepped into that no one's ever done before. And ever since then, the first thing that BlackBerry does is, well, number one, they say, that's pointless. What are you going to do without an actual keyboard? And then a year later, they released the BlackBerry Storm, which I was an adopter of, and I was very disappointed. But the point is that now the entire market starts driving towards this to basically fill in this space. And then you start innovating within this new silo. And so I think
very interesting, Mike, if you see now Apple or Samsung, now we are at 10 years more on touch devices. And are they going to be the one introducing the new? Yeah, folding is still a touch device, but it's an evolution of it. But will Apple and Samsung be the ones introducing the new era of phones, or will be another company coming in, right? So we are at the same point. This touch device is saturated as well, like you were saying. BlackBerry was saturated off of a keyboard. So will they be the new ones? And it's the same in the enterprise software. Again, if you are not looking forward, you're just making things what you have better and better, but not doing new things or create, like Rick was saying. If you don't create, if you just make things better and better, isn't really good enough anymore, right?
Yeah,